Hey guys, this is What If here. It's time to. Hey guys, this is What If here. It's time to talk about the Watkins Glen race that happened yesterday. So the TLDR of all this is the rain saved the race, essentially. The first stage was one of the rare instances where, like that, if I had to rate a stage, 10 out of 10, it was captivating from those first 20 laps of stage one. Didn't know what to expect. The racing was really good. We had multiple different we had lead changes. Things were happening. It was just good. I banged my finger off my desk because I'm so excited about it. And then the rain kind of, or then the track kind of dried up, and it just started to gradually get worse, which is unfortunate. Because, that first stage was the best part of the whole race. Everything else just kind of started to fall apart. Stage 2 was... I don't even remember. That's how uneventful it felt like it was. It just... I'm looking at Racing Reference here. I'm trying to, okay, they're at the end of Stage 1. Can we go on a rant about how the stages ruined the flow of road course racing for, the 100th time? Because it didn't make the race any better. It just made it tedious. And caution laps feel like they take forever, because it kind of does. But yeah, that's always annoying. That's always going to knock the rating down a peg just because of that. Because, yeah. You had Ross Chastain being a pinball, getting into multiple people in the race. Nothing new. Continues to be an absolute buffoon on track. So, big shout out to him. Big shout out to him causing that wreck in the chicane, or the bus stop, and it destroyed Kimi Räikkönen, so inadvertently through all that mayhem. So that was just absolutely beautiful to watch that, because who knows when Kimi's going to come back in the Cup Series, and he was actually running decently. He was in the top 10 at some point, so that would have been cool to see him run, but no, of course not. And his teammate, no less. That's even more tragic, but. Yeah, so stage 2, more of the same, where people are pitting before the stage ends. Things get bunched up. The lead is just flying around, going all over. It's hard to even keep track of shit. Then the last stage comes around, and it's more the same. And I mean, it played out almost there was green flag pit stops, so that was kind of cool, but. I mean, Chase Elliott basically had that win on lockdown. Then there was a yellow for the 15 car, which I didn't think needed to be a yellow. He hit the tire barriers with his rear, and I thought, and then he kept going, so I don't know why that was needed as a yellow. So that was kind of an unnecessary one. But I don't know. There might have been another one with that 27 car because he spun the gravel trap. So I don't know. That's just one yellow that didn't need to happen, but that led up to the interesting finish of Kyle Larson and Chase Elliott, and Kyle Larson locked the brakes up, hit Elliott, and gave Larson a win. Not that Larson wanted to do that, obviously, but it's just a racing deal type of situation. And it's just, I don't even know what to say with the race. It just, the rain made it interesting. The amount of different people in the race from all over different parts of the world. It's more of just... the actual racing itself wasn't as interesting compared to the storylines or the things... I don't know, it's just... Stage 1 was the highlight, and everything else started to gradually get worse. And then it kind of perked up a teeny bit at the end. And I'm just not sure what to even give the race rating, because there's so much... I feel like there's wrong with this race that kind of didn't happen. It wasn't as prevalent. For example, Austin Dillon pitted, and then a couple laps later, he was one of the last people to pit. And then when the caution came out, he was on the freshest tire set of everyone in the whole field. So I thought, okay, maybe he's gonna come up through the field or something, but nothing came of that. Tire wear didn't mean a thing. Nobody pitted at the end of that race, even though they were on, I don't even know, 30 lap old tires by that point. So tire wear didn't even really mean anything, or I don't know. It's just, that's a problem. it's been like this for a couple weeks now, which I don't know why. So that's kind of annoying. And yeah, Austin Dillon had a big tire advantage, and it didn't do him anything. Like it was no benefit. So yeah, that's a big yikes. And it just seemed like people really couldn't pass. It seemed like in the back was like something was going on, but we didn't get to see too much of it. So I don't know what to even give this. Maybe a 7.5. Maybe that'll be a fair rating. I don't know. It's just I don't know, these cars at road courses, like I thought they were pretty good at, Circuit of the Americas, and then after that just kind of really hasn't been that good since. I don't know the definitive reason for it, but it just, I don't know. Like, this race should have been a lot worse than what it was, but different elements kind of brought it to life. So, I don't know. It's way better than 2019, I can say that much from what I remember looking it up online. Just nothing occurred, and just that package was so... That was abysmal. That is on a whole other tier of bad. It was not like that for today. But, yeah, it's just... Yeah, this probably should have been a 6, but the rain elements and a little bit at the end, I guess, kind of saved it to a degree, but nothing too much to say as far as the race is concerned, because NBC's really trying so hard to, force a rivalry narrative, and it's kind of disgusting. I'm not a fan of that. They tried that really hard with Ross Chastain and Denny Hamlin. They're trying to, key it up for Hamlin when he got in that incident. I don't know what track, but they were really trying to make him say something that would be controversial by asking him questions that would provoke him. And it's just that's not your job when you're trying to interview a driver. Your job is to report on what's going on and not try to force a narrative. And it's just gross. I hate that. They're trying to do that same shit here. And I don't know, it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth because it doesn't feel genuine. It's like they're really pushing that instead of just letting a rivalry thing kind of naturally happen. So I don't know, that's kind of a little annoying bit there. I don't really know what else more to say about the race itself. I mean, Daytona will probably be a shit show, and the other thing that's going to be kind of a rant heavy thing is, as much as I like Kurt, I'm a Kurt simp, but taking the fanboy hat off and the fanboy goggles off, or glasses in this case, the fact that he could be, more than likely, well, he's actually locked in to the top 16 now, into the playoffs. He says he's coming back after Daytona, but if he doesn't, for the rest of the season, then he's just taking up a spot, and that's kind of bullshit. So a person that's 22nd in points now, when you look at Racing Reference and the normal standings, he's about 22nd in points, 23rd, and he's going to be locked in. But someone like Truex that is 6th in points now, granted he's had a not so great streak, but even still is almost 4 times higher than him in points, is going to not going to be able to get in because of that. It's kind of bullshit, and that doesn't really sit right with me. Same with Chase Briscoe. Well, Briscoe's technically 16th in points, so he barely kind of qualifies in. But yeah, the Kurt thing. It's not really his fault. It's more of just hating the system, because I just think it's flawed, and just essentially just taking up a spot. So I don't know how they're gonna approach that. Will they I don't know. It just sucks. That's a whole other rant on that situation. But yeah, Daytona's going to be a shit show. I'll be amazed if it's not, but I'm expecting it to be a clusterfuck, and someone random's going to win, which is a very strong possibility that will, if it does, that's going to possibly boot Ryan Blaney out, which will be even more egregious because he's 3rd in points, because of one random guy at Daytona gets a win based on just surviving. That's going to leapfrog him. Boot Blaney out, who's been, doesn't sit right. Just gone are the days of being consistent, and even when, I don't know what race it was, but I think it was Chris Buescher. Like when he had a good run a couple weeks ago, and he was really happy to get third. It might have been New Hampshire. I can't remember, but not New Hampshire. But I mean, I have racing reference up here. I might as well just look at that. Like Richmond, like in this interview, he was happy. Like he wasn't even happy he got third because it doesn't mean anything, and it's sad. Like that's a really good run, but with how this format is, it's just like it doesn't really mean anything. When he's in that kind of position, it means nothing. It's almost like it upsetted him. It's like I don't blame him. Like this system sucks. So I don't know. I don't know. Every year, it's just now we're just going in. Now I'm going through like a different like. Now I'm not even talking about the race anymore. I'm going through like just every. I'm not even talking about the race. I guess that kind of shows just there's just not a lot to talk about with Watkins Glen. So instead, I'm just going on tangents on different things. But yeah, just I don't know. Every year we have to talk about how dumb the format is, or how someone that doesn't deserve to be in there is in there, and then we were fortunate enough last year to have Larson get the title when he was the best all year. And, will that happen again this year? Will it not? I don't know. It's hard to even predict that with how these cars are and how people run. It's impossible. But I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. But for me in this video, 7.5 out of 10. I feel like I've given a mini race this year 7. None of them. I don't think I've had any race where I've given it a 10 or a 9. Maybe I have, but I can't remember. But yeah. Either way, I guess that'll do it for me. I don't know what more to say. I'm just looking forward to Daytona shit show and sitting back and embracing the insanity, because I'm sure that's what's going to happen. So, yeah. Well, yeah, like I said, that'll do it for me. I'll see you all in another video and all that good stuff. And, yeah, take care, everyone.